Hey guys, it is the 30th of June today and you're watching GameSpot News. My name is Jess McDonald if you didn't know already, and that's all the boring exposition out the way, so let's get into the good stuff. To start today off, Nintendo Shigeru Miyamoto has said that unlike other companies, Nintendo has trouble deciding what's cool. Me too, dude, me too. The legendary designer said he doesn't think it's as easy to sidle Nintendo's games up to the others for comparison because he sees them as their own entity and genre. He cited one of the differences as Nintendo rarely taking its games seriously, explaining, "It's not that I don't like serious stories or that I couldn't make one, but currently in the video game industry you see a lot of game designers who are working really hard to make their games seem really cool. For a lot of us at Nintendo, it's difficult to decide what cool is. In fact, it's a lot easier for us to laugh at ourselves. It's almost as if we're performers. Our way of performing is by creating these fun, odd, and goofy things." Next up, Steam stats. Okay, that's a really boring way to start a story, but stick with me because I promise this is pretty interesting. So the PC gaming service just hit a record of over 8 million concurrent users, which is up from the 7.6 million concurrent users 6 months ago, thanks to the Steam Summer Sale. Also, because of Steam's open door policy with user data, we know what games are popular with its users right now. Unsurprisingly, Dota 2 grabbed the top spot with over 566,000 people playing concurrently, while the second most popular is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which had almost 95,000 players getting stuck into the shooty fun times. Let me know in the comments which other games you think are up there on the most played list. EA are happy to sit on the sidelines and watch Xbox and PlayStation duke it out with their consoles this holiday season, as they say they're expecting a pretty big fight between the two publishers. EA COO Peter Moore told industry site Games Industry International that competition is good for business and consumers. He also said that he thinks the PS3 and 360 will be supported for another 2 or 3 years, and that EA will continue to make games for those platforms as long as gamers want them. He praised how long Sony extended the life of the PS2, noting that he was at Microsoft at the end of the Xbox, where they pretty much straight up buried it due to poor sales. And finally, a Naughty Dog dev has called The Last of Us on PS4 at 60 frames per second a transformative experience. Designer Kurt Margenor tweeted, "Played some The Last of Us at 60 frames per second tonight for the first time. 60 frames per second cutscenes and all. Transformative. I'm a believer. Don't think I can go back." Co-director Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann also had a Twitter conversation that started with Straley saying, "I had a dream in 60 FPS last night. Hashtag TLOU remastered." Druckmann then replied, "What if I told you that was no dream? Hashtag believe." The hints are pretty subtle, but I think we can assume this means a 60 frames per second Last of Us remastered is go. As always, if you're playing along at home, be sure to let me know if you want to play The Last of Us at 60 frames per second or not. That is it from me today, but tomorrow I'll be back same time with even more news, so I hope to see you then.